Ready. Take him!
Welcome back to another episode of the Quack Shack podcast. Thank you for tuning in, listening, liking, subscribing, wherever you're listening to this. We're on YouTube. If you've heard an episode yet we've done this season, we're on YouTube at the Quack Shack podcast on YouTube. Go over there, like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, we appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't have a YouTube account, it's super simple. Just make one.
Just use your email, sign up, subscribe. I mean, we're going to have something for our subscribers coming up. We're going to have something for our subscribers coming up.
We have a bomb surprise coming out.
For everybody that's subscribing.
Very, very, very soon after this video.
So
go check it out. We're on tour with Mallard Bay. If you haven't heard of these guys, definitely go check them out at mallardbay.com. Go check them out on Instagram. At Mallard Bay.
I think it underscores afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah, go check them out. It's definitely a cool platform. But we're here. We have been hunting this weekend.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
Yeah, we've been hunting this weekend. So we did some dove hunting. Not dove hunting, sorry.
Yeah, we did some teal hunting. We did some goose hunting.
And some goose hunting.
We're here in, where are we at? North Texas? Bottom Texas. Bottom Texas. We're here with Prairie Creek Outfitters. Aldyn Rowan here.
What's up, buddy?
I'm good. I'm Aldyn. I'm with Prairie Creek Outfitters. I'm here in North Texas. We also have one in Southwest Oklahoma. Just branching up there for the first year and getting ready to get rocking and rolling this season.
You pretty excited about that?
I am. I'm very excited. Ready to get things going.
Oklahoma's nice.
Oh yeah, I'm more than ready.
This is Aldyn's first public speaking.
Yeah, I'm not great on camera.
From what he's told us.
Yeah, don't count on me to be the cameraman because trust me, I'm very nervous about this. But I want to do my best.
How anxious has he been all weekend?
Oh man, yeah. So what are we gonna do on this podcast?
What are we gonna do on this podcast? What are we gonna talk about?
Hey, the man is not a public speaker, but the man knows how to put us on some birds.
Put us on birds, and he knows how to talk to you.
And that's what your job is.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's dive into it.
Taking pictures and stuff like that because I'm not great at it and don't have no fingernails left after this weekend.
They've been cheering on Austin earlier, hitting his hand out his hand. Stop that! I told him, I said, man, we're gonna have genuine conversation. That's all it's gonna be.
Let's dive into your life, man. How did you even begin hunting in general? Like,
what got you into hunting?
Especially duck hunting.
Well, I've always deer hunted. My whole family, everything's deer hunters. Got myself in duck hunting. Well, no, I didn't get myself in duck hunting. So my grandpa has a deer lease out in Ranger, Texas, about 2 hours west of Dallas. Started going out there, deer hunting. There was a pond out there. Noticed it was loaded up with ducks. I was probably 8 or 9 years old. Grandpa asked me if I want to go duck hunting. I was like, well, yeah, I've never been. Let's go. Long story short, I was probably 9 years old shooting a 20 gauge. I think we shot like 54 redheads with 3 people. Didn't even know there was a legal limit on anything. Had no idea what we were doing. I was hooked ever since, and I just it's just how it went. I learned the laws. I learned the laws.
There's like limitations, or
there's limits. Yeah, man. I mean, I understand. You're a kid.
That's awesome, man. So you started out with your grandpa?
Yeah, he got me into it.
9 years old.
When I was 9, and I just started going out there and duck hunting. I got old enough to go around the house with my buddies, and my buddy lived on a 1,000-acre ranch. I lived on a 1,000-acre ranch, and we had ducks, and it was ready.
Worked out perfect.
We could drive the side by side to each other's houses, and we'd go hunt before school, hunt after school, and we didn't even know how to scout, but we still killed them.
Hopping ponds.
Yeah.
So
that's how everybody starts, hopping ponds,
slipping up over the dam, shoot them as they're sitting on the side.
If you haven't done that, you haven't lived.
Anybody that says I just started straight out, no, they're lying.
They're full of it. So when did you really get heavily involved with it?
I guess when I was in my going into my teenage years, probably 14, 15, 16. When I was 16, I started being able to drive. When I was 15, I actually got my first truck, had a permit.
Yeah.
While my mom would let me drive when I was that age, but she did.
Good mom. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Driving out to the public WMAs, driving out to my deer list ranger, hunting out there, and then scouting them around the house and just doing what we could to kill them.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
So what was kind of the start of how did you kind of evolve from, just hunting WMAs and all that stuff to deciding you wanted to start an outfitter? That's what you kind of wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, in East Texas, where I was from, y'all know the East Texas duck hunting's not the best.
No?
It used to be.
Used to be. And when I was 16, it was pretty decent. My family owns a 2,000-acre place, and we always had a bunch of birds. I had permission to everything around there.
Yeah.
And I just kind of got into it. I was started for an outfitter out of they're out of West Texas now, but they ran some East Texas hunts, and I ran them when I was 16, and just kind of got into it.
That's pretty cool, man.
You started in high school. Most people don't start when they're in high school.
Yeah, early high school.
Yeah, I was sophomore.
Yeah.
Sophomore. Yeah,
that's cool, man.
We're going into my junior year.
You started working for another place.
You're probably the coolest guy in school.
No, people thought it was stupid. Oh, you're getting paid to hunt. I'm like, well, y'all are like getting paid to not even do anything. Y'all aren't even doing anything. Getting paid.
You don't even have
money. I mean, come on.
You're still
I'm
taking
getting
out
paid
the
to do what I love
trash.
to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still taking out the trash for $10 from mama.
That's right, exactly. Yeah, so I was getting paid to run hunts, and little do I know now, I would never pay none of my guides what I was getting paid.
You were getting screwed, weren't you?
Yeah.
They saw a high school kid. They were like, you know what?
That happens, man.
We're gonna pay him about $40 a hunt.
Yeah,
but it was good money to you.
Oh yeah,
you
that
learned
was
to
great.
grind.
I had no bills. The only thing I had to pay for my gas and my food.
You
and
learned to grind from a young age. That's all that matters.
For sure.
That's all that matters. That's a very important thing to learn as a guy because it takes a lot of grinding. I mean, just watching this weekend. I mean, just when we go with outfitters, we try to get more into it than your normal clients. We'll just kind of see
we want to
behind
try
the
to
scenes.
help out as much as we can.
We want to be honest with everybody that listens to our podcast.
Yeah.
If it's a bad outfitter, we're going to tell you, hey, they didn't do a good job.
Yeah. No, that I feel like that's part of our responsibility.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Sure.
While we're doing this, right? Like obviously you can't control the birds, so that's not going to come into effect because a single individual like yourself can't control the birds, and we know that.
There's no individual on this
hardcore
planet.
public land hunter.
There's no
We've been
individual
there,
on this
done
planet that can control them.
Yeah, if anything, you could hardcore public land hunters are self-guided, so we know how it is. You know what I mean? We put ourselves on birds and invite people. We know how that is. So that's if you could control the birds, it'd be a different story.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean,
everybody killed ducks. Everybody would do it if it was easy.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the hardest thing to do. That's why people pay guides to go do it. 'Cause it's a hard thing to do, man. Especially nowadays, getting land. I mean, land's expensive. I mean, getting land to hunt on is expensive. Hunting ground, good places to hunt. Yeah. I mean, dude, that's going to cost you some money. And it used to not be like that. Just like you said, you used to be able to hunt all the places around your house. I'm sure you can't do that anymore because, it's probably a little bit expensive to do that.
For one, there's no birds. Two, the people are just driving land up. Even up here in North Texas, land's just outrageously expensive. I mean, you got people. That's why we've had to up prices on hunts, and it's almost like for a client, if you're looking for a yearly lease, then you're better off paying a guide 6 times a year than you are
if you're going to go 10 times,
exactly.
If you're going to go 15 with your prices in North Texas, now Oklahoma's a little more expensive because your land fees are a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, if you're going to go 10 times, if you get on a lease, you're only going to go probably 10 or 15 times. Be realistic. That's probably all you're going to go, even up to 15. Yeah. It's probably cheaper for you to go with a guide, not have to do any of the setup, none of the scouting, none of that stuff, than leasing a place.
Think of how much money we spent traveling to do public land hunting.
I talk about that all the time. If you're looking at buying a boat or anything like this, if you're looking at buying a boat, you might as well just pay a guide to hunt 12 times a year because you're going to have 12 payments on that boat.
If you're not going to hunt a lot.
If you're not going to hunt a lot. If you're going to hunt every day.
If you're a little bit more than a weekend warrior and you don't have plans on using your boat in the off season like summertime. Yeah, but if someone like us, we benefited.
We hunt I missed 3 days last year.
Yeah.
So for me, it makes sense to get a boat, get all this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why
But for those guys who can't, and you want to actually get on birds and have successful hunts and not just go out and shoot two wood ducks and a teal.
Two wood ducks and a teal and spend $10,000 on your 500,000 acre lease.
Yeah.
Go with an outfitter that is in your area, whoever you trust.
And then you also get the accommodation.
Yeah, I mean, you get a lodge, you get places that you get food. You don't have to set nothing up.
You get to hang out. You obviously you
don't
come,
have to scout. Don't have to spend your money on fuel. Don't have to.
You get to sit back and hang out.
Dude, if I had my fuel bill from scouting last year, my gosh,
my wife would kill me. I'm so glad she doesn't watch this because I talk about how much money I've spent on this crap, man. I mean, she would die.
So let's dive into like your outfitter in general, but you as a
human,
as an outfit owner. You know what I mean? So you grew up duck hunting from 9 years old and really got into it heavy. You've done the public stuff.
Not a fan. Never will go public again. I don't know why I ever did that. Thought it was cool. Public land junkie. No, never doing it again. I don't know how y'all think that's fun. There's nothing fun about it.
We're just some public landowners, dude.
I don't understand.
We're scrubs, man.
I don't understand why y'all think that's fun. You get out there 3 days before you're hunting. Do you get eat up by mosquitoes if it's still season?
Well, I'm telling you right now. If I'm 40 years old, I ain't hunting public. But right now,
that's why you have kids.
Yeah.
They do it for you. No, but like what I'm trying to get into is like, you've done the public stuff and you've hunted for many years and you obviously own an outfitter now. What we like to talk about the back end stuff of the outfitter, like behind the scenes stuff, like what they know what public land hunt, even if they don't public land hunt, our listeners, they know because they've heard us talk about the grinds and the ups and the way lows. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what really drove you to start your own outfitter? Like, what drove you to start your own in this area and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So honestly, I picked this area. I mean, it's close enough for me where I can drive back and forth if I have to. For 2 years, that's what I did. This is the first year we started staying up here.
First year with the lodge.
First year of the lodge, yep. So first year of the lodge, take some time to usually get it. Don't expect to get in there with a lodge your first year because it's usually
if you're starting out.
If you're starting outfitter, yeah.
Yeah.
I picked this area. I mean, so actually, funny story. My mom's ex-boyfriend / boyfriend, whatever they are, they've been off and on for like 10 years.
Nobody ever knows
we
what
know
their
all
mom's
about
up to.
that.
I get it.
So like they've been off and on for like 10 years. Me and him were super tight, still talk all the time. But when I was probably 14, that's when I really started loving duck hunting. And I come up here, he owns a hay baling business, and he leased about 250 acre pasture land with irrigation on it up here in Honey Grove. And went up there, and turns out I know who owns it now. I mean, Lloyd Johnson and them, but there's a big duck club there, and I saw all the birds. I'm like, oh my gosh! And we was driving around, and seeing it was November. There's ducks, there's widgeons and mallards all over the place. I'm like, I like
this. This is a lot better than back home.
Yeah, it's a lot better back home.
Back home, I'm shooting wood ducks, son. I want to come up here and shoot some mallards and pintails.
That's right. So I started coming up here. When I said I was going to start an outfitter, I had a summer job. I worked it all. 17.
Because you started this outfitter when you was in high school.
I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
I was in
you don't hear that very often.
No. I was in the work program in high school. Got out of school at 11:30 every day. I could be up here by 1:30 scouting. So I did Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That was years ago. I don't think he's still in high school.
Yeah.
No.
That was years ago. That's the start. Most people don't have their start when they were in high school.
Exactly.
Right.
So some of my buddies were my help, and then it was just kind of went from there. I saved all my money. I worked a summer job when I was going into my senior year. Lived like I made $100 a week. Now looking back, I only made about $600 a week. So I didn't make much, but
you were having a good time.
Well, yeah, and times were different back then. You could. A 17-year-old kid could stack up $5,000 or $6,000 in a high school summer and
live the whole year.
Live it,
live the whole year.
But what I did was I stacked up $5,000 or $6,000 and I started booking hunts. I watched all these outfitters how they were doing their deposits, and I was like, oh, okay, well, $100 per person deposit. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I started saving all my deposits. Bought about $10,000 worth of gear, and then I bought a trailer, and it just kind of went from there.
Just kind of kept growing.
That's smart.
No,
dude, at 17 years old, bro.
have thought it. I wouldn't have
saving
thought
the deposits to
Saving
put back
every
into
dime
the
of it.
company.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In my first year, I thought I was banking, charging $200 a person a day, running 3 days a whole week, 6 guys,
Yeah.
8 guys a morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm banking.
rich.
Yeah, you
I
just
figured it out. These idiots don't know nothing.
hit 18. I was like, man, I'm rolling.
That's
Fixing
awesome.
to go hang out. We're gonna go to the bar tonight. I got a pocket full of money. I'm gonna spend it all. Little do I know that was stupid.
Learned your lesson though, but
Learned my lesson.
you got to make the mistakes
It
to learn
took
the
1
lessons.
year to learn a lesson.
Yeah.
I don't live like that anymore, but.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
And I
That's
also
quick.
lived at home.
Learn
Didn't
a
have
lesson,
zero
yeah.
bills. It
Yeah.
was great.
Well, that's the best time to learn your lessons.
I thought I was.
He thought you was the
I
shit.
thought I was God. I
thought you were the shit.
I
Yeah.
was better than everybody.
Yeah, it's up here. He thought.
Getting the hunt for a living,
but-
making money.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. You say you can get here in 2 hours from where you live. It's crazy the variety of birds you get different.
Yeah.
Especially in Texas, because we're at the southern end of the
Yeah.
flyway here.
This podcast has been brought to you by Mallard Bay. If you're in the market for a hunting trip or a fishing trip, I highly suggest you checking out Mallard Bay. Mallard Bay is an Airbnb-style platform where you can go online to mallardbay.com, book a hunt or a fishing trip based on the species, the animal, or the location. Very simple, very easy platform to use. And so if you're in the market to go hunt some birds in Arkansas or catch some trout or fish,
anything in the entire United States.
yeah, super simple. Just go to mallardbay.com, check them out, book you a hunt. Super fun. It's a great time. Super easy website.
Easiest
go
way to
check
book.
them out. Also, if you're an outfitter, check out Guide Tech. Guide Tech is an absolute great product to use for the outfitter. Help with all the back end work, help with scheduling, help with all the stuff that your guide really doesn't want to do.
The guy doesn't want to. The guy wants to hunt. And he wants
Yeah.
to fish. He doesn't have. If you're a guide and you don't want to have to do anything but do the stuff you love, you need to sign up for Guide Tech and sign up to be a part of Mallard Bay.
Check them out at mallardbay.com or check them out on Instagram at Mallard Bay or at Guide Tech. Very, very awesome platform. Thank you. Let's get back to your program.
And so, the different variety, just an hour and a half, 2 hours south compared
Yeah.
to what you get here.
Right.
It's a completely different ballgame.
Completely different.
Whole, yeah.
Anything south of 30 is completely different than anything north of 30. That's
Exactly.
kind of how I split them. People try to ask me about it.
Hey, I always say south of 20 and east of Athens is dry zone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
it
ain't no
is.
birds.
That's right.
And really, the mallards stop
The Mallard stop
thick,
once
unless you're on the Trinity River. The mallards
Yeah.
stop at 30, pretty much.
Well, yeah, that's right. I've
Unless you're on the
killed
Trinity River, that's where
Yeah.
you'd be killing them.
Hey.
Yeah, it's private land. It's private land. Don't
Yeah.
stop my shit.
But I've had my first year. I ran several East Texas hunts. I didn't have much land up here. I had probably 5-6 places to hunt on. Didn't really know nobody. Just kind of winged it. We didn't have no. It was a tough year too. It was one of the toughest years anybody had seen.
Yeah.
Wait, that would have been like what?
No, it would have been 20.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something,
It
some
makes
years
sense.
ago.
A
Yeah.
couple years ago, I know it got pretty bad.
There was
after.
no water. It was just tough.
Anything after 2016 up here was rough for 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
until recently.
Even late 2015 season wasn't the best.
And it started getting
2017, 2018 was really good.
good. I've been hunting
Yeah.
this area for
But
8-9 years.
22 was a banger.
The last 3 or 4
In
years.
East Texas.
Last 3 or 4 years.
For our East
this area
Texas
is
listeners, they
smoking.
know.
21,
Smoking.
22, 23 was.
It's getting back, right?
It's getting back.
Yeah.
What do you think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, farmers are finally starting to move back to grain crops up here instead of, the cotton that they were planting for years?
Yeah, when we first started up here, there was a lot of cotton fields. Last 2-3 years it's been a lot more wheat, a lot more corn, a lot more milo. And then the dove hunting, man, the dove hunting's been tough this year. We've got about 1,000 acres worth of sunflowers we've got access to.
And last year y'all smoked them.
Oh,
Yeah.
By last year, opening day, by 8:30, we had 700 birds killed out of one dove field. This year, I'm going to tell you, if you're coming dove hunting with us, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you it's tough.
I've heard it
Hey,
firsthand.
I'll tell you, this is the most
Yeah.
honest guide I've ever heard in my life.
He
I'm
has-
gonna tell you it's gonna be great because it's not right now.
He has some guys here that were duck hunting and they wanted to hunt.
No, they were dove hunting.
They were
They
duck hunting in the morning,
And
and
then
they wanted to
combo.
dove. They wanted to dove hunt in the evening. He was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not gonna be the best. Like, you might not shoot anything. They wanted to go, so he was honest with them, and they respected you for that. I respect you for that.
I respect you for that too.
You know, those people that would bullshit lie to you.
Oh, you're gonna smoke them. You're gonna smoke them.
Yeah, no, go out there and kill nothing.
Kill nothing. But I mean, the dove.
It's the best thing to do, to be honest.
There ain't no point in lying about it. I mean, you're gonna either go out there and kill them or you ain't. You know, there's some guys that opening weekend. I think we ran a little over between me and another guy. His name's Tyler Lackey with Texas Outfitters. Great guy. He's gotten me out of bond multiple times. We help each other out.
I'm going to get him convinced.
Oh, he needs
We're going to move on to Mallard Bay. Don't worry. Don't worry.
No, he's great. He's it's a lot better to work together than it is with, against each other. There's a couple other outfitters up here that don't see it like that. But
y'all worked well together.
Yeah, we've got some stuff leased up together, and it's just way easier. And
then fighting each other and overbidding each other.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you got to, then you're not making as much money. You can make more money if you just, oh, well, you got birds over here. Okay, I'll pay you. And, Aldyn, you got birds here.
A lot of guys don't see it like that. They see the competition. They're going to go try to throw more money at it,
exactly.
which just raises the price of the land.
And it does no good. I mean, you can, you two can agree on something like me and him have and say, hey, I got a place over here I'm yearly paying for, and anytime you want to come hunt it, you got birds on something else, you need some birds for something in the morning. Okay, just pay me $75 a gun, and I'll pay you $75 a gun when I go to your place. So it's so simple.
You've been up here, 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. How many places do you think you have that you've picked up that are solid now?
Far as you talking about like
how many acres you think you're running in North Texas?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say that because we don't hunt really fields. But I mean, far as water, I can't really put a number on acreages. We've got several.
Quite a bit of places.
Quite a bit of water.
I mean, it's a completely different. People that don't, that you're used to going to guide, or going to
West
hunt
Texas,
anywhere in the Central Flyway. It's a little different here, just because you're not hunting fields. You've
got 5,000 acre fields, or it's a little extreme, but they've got 1,000 acre field. Where they got 40 of them. Oh, we have 40,000. Well,
what you got in Southwest? You said in Southwest Oklahoma, you have what?
We got about 70 to 80,000 acres worth.
We've both hunted Oklahoma a lot. What do you have? What's your expectations for Oklahoma this year?
Well, I guess let's get back into that. Why did you decide to start in Southwest Oklahoma? What was that? Why did you decide to do that?
Well, really to see how good those crane and goose hunts sell. There's trying to make extra money.
And you enjoy the goose and the crane hunts.
I enjoy the goose and crane hunts. People eat it up.
Crane is like one of the most popular birds these days.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, the cranes, that's where your money's at. That's where you're gonna get the big money guys. You're gonna get your name out there, and that's where you're gonna do the best. I mean, Southwest Oklahoma can be tough for cranes. I know that. I've spent a few weeks out west, about 6-7 weeks, whatever it was, guiding cranes. Kind of learned them. There's really nothing to hunting them.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive sport to get into.
I mean, crane decoys are $6, $6 or $1,000, $800.
$1,000 a dozen if you don't have a discount.
Yeah.
Still working on that, by the way.
we could probably work something out.
Yeah, but the cranes and the geese, that's where the little geese, shooting the lessers.
That's what you're passionate about.
There's nothing better
than getting under a big spin of little geese.
Getting 5,000 or 6,000 little geese.
You have no idea how many times we've heard that.
Yeah.
It's just something.
I mean, have you ever hunted lessers?
No, I've never hunted lessers.
Oh my God, they're really
lessers.
They're really. When we're gonna come up,
you're coming to Oklahoma.
We're gonna come to Oklahoma.
We'll be there.
We'll smoke
you're
them.
coming to Oklahoma this year.
Yeah, I've hunted my fair share of several different species of geese, but not little lessers. And
dude, lessers are so fun.
I tell you what, I can't stand a snow goose, but when you're on them, you're on them. It's fun.
That's right. We got into it pretty good this year. We run a few snow goose hunts first 2 weeks of February. That's usually pretty good for us.
Enough. We need to get us a hybrid.
Not at all. We need to get us a hybrid boat, man.
When we get to land, if we get to land, can we please buy a hybrid?
I mean, I'll go half with you.
Let's
we
do
get the USS. We can retire the old USS Quack Shack.
Let's go to hybridboat.com and buy us a new boat.
Dude, let's do it right now.
Customizable. I looked at their website. It's 100% customizable. We can build it how we want it. The guy's name's Luke. He said we could talk to him and he's 100% involved. So
I mean,
I've already talked to him.
I'm gonna miss this old bucket of rust right here, though.
I want to blow this thing up. Has one Austin power.
I mean, I could get to land faster.
Thing's riveted. The hybrid boats are custom built by a guy in Louisiana.
Bunkie, Louisiana, to be exact.
Yeah, Bunkie. Where the hell's Bunkie?
You know it's a good boat if you never heard of the place it's called.
Check out hybridboats.com. Get you a new boat. No!
We shot.
Was there a bunch of geese up here this year in North Texas?
There is the big resident hatch this year. The resident hatch was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I've never seen this many resident Canadas around here.
We had a great resident hunt
Yesterday?
Yeah, the birds we had yesterday, those were young birds. That's why they were just so
Talk
dumb.
about them shooters, though.
Oh, man. Everybody was out there blind, and only 6 guys got to shoot. They didn't get their geese for 2.5 hours late and what they rode up, every day.
They all showed up.
Watch them.
That's one thing you can't control as a blind. Any
That's
guy
right.
that tells
Yeah.
you you're going to kill them at this time, you're going to smoke them, they're lying to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're lying to you because,
Yeah, they're
Alden's like,
lying.
hey, I've watched it every day this year. I mean, every day for the last month.
They've been coming in
They've
there
been coming in at
8:30.
this time. Well, they didn't show up till 10:30 because it cooled down. It dropped 20 degrees last night.
The temperature completely changed.
dropped. It was
Yeah.
103 the day before, and it was 82 the next day.
They had to get on water, if it's 100 degrees like that. They can't sit out there in a cornfield.
No.
They got to sit over there.
So they
gotta
came
get on
all
water.
in one group instead of
All of them in one
Yeah.
group.
all of them.
Hey,
And then
we
for
put 'em down, though.
2 straight months, I've been watching those geese, and they literally since
Well, that goes
July,
to show you, as a guide, you as much
cannot
time as you
control
put
those
into
birds.
it.
No.
And I can tell you right now, just talking to him, he's spent every morning driving up here to look at these exact birds,
Hour
knowing,
and a
hey,
half,
we're going to
hour and a
hunt
half.
these birds this morning, and he's watched them every day for 3 weeks.
Like,
now.
I could have almost bet you $100 bill. I could have bet you the entire hunt, whatever it cost of the clients. I could have bet you that they were going to show up in groups of 10 to 15 like they were.
And they
But
did
you
not.
never know.
I could have almost bet it.
Our circumstance proved that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like, you never know. You can't control the birds.
It's a migratory game bird. And
Not
anybody
only
out there
that-
that's not hunting with guides
Yeah.
needs to understand that too.
Yeah.
You didn't do a bad job because you found some birds the day before and you showed the
Yeah.
next day and didn't kill them. That's not your fault. There was nothing
Yeah.
you did wrong. Those birds are migratory. Those birds don't stay right there where they're
Exactly.
at. They're moving.
There's
all
a
the
lot of
time.
things you have to take into consideration. Obviously, the birds, you can't control
Yeah.
them, right? That's the main thing. 2, the weather change like we had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even
Like the
during
teal this
during
morning,
season.
teal.
Even the
Yeah.
teal, yeah.
This morning, like them teal have been coming from the north for a week now. We've been watching them, and
Yeah.
then today they come from the south.
Yeah.
And
Against the wind.
against the wind.
Against the wind.
Against it.
It was
with
crazy.
the wind. I guess with the
yeah,
wind.
sorry,
yeah.
with the wind.
With the wind.
Yeah.
In duck hunting terms, against the wind. But
Yeah.
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 With
For
the
y'all that
wind,
don't
I
know,
mean,
you'll
yeah.
get set up with the wind
Opposite.
in your face.
Like, I mean, it was just crazy. Like they just totally changed. And honestly, I think those birds we were hunting this morning were different birds than what we've been watching all week. I
Yeah.
mean,
They all came from.
they all came from the south. They all did something totally opposite of what the birds that we've been watching. There was like we had them pinned down to like the group size number.
What
Oh,
time
yeah.
is coming in
Yeah.
on a clock?
That
They've been
just-
there every day.
Yeah.
That just shows, us. Think of us as like your clients, right? That just shows us that you have really dedicated some time.
Oh, I sat there and watched
yeah.
it every morning.
Like
Yeah.
this X amount of birds came in at this time, and then X amount of time till another bird, another
Yeah,
group
I
of
sat
birds
there
came in.
and-
And that's what you were telling us. And I haven't told you this, but I process all that. I think about all that stuff, and that really shows dedication. You know what I mean? That's a really good thing that you do. That's something some people probably don't do. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, there were birds here. You're gonna kill birds or whatever.
birds
Like,
here 3 days ago.
Hey, I want you to know. I want
Yeah.
you to know that birds are gonna come in probably about this many at this time, and
That time
and,
I
and,
had
and then this time.
down to a T. I've had me or one of the guys watching them every day.
That's dedication.
we got to introduce your guides here in a minute.
Yeah, we need to get them over here in a minute. They're in there doing something. Not just let them, just let them do their thing. But
Yeah, his guides, dude. I mean,
Pause.
Michael and Drake are amazing.
great guys. Couldn't do anything without them.
We're good.
Yeah.
What's going on?
No, we're good. No, we're
No,
good.
okay, all right.
We'll just cut that out. Okay, ready to start back with the great guys?
No. Let's just keep it rolling.
Yeah. All right, whatever.
Our producer. Hey, come here, Michael. Come here real quick.
This is the HNIC
This
right
is,
here. We got Drake
This
back here.
this is the head.
Mike McCallie.
This is head of Texas Division. Michael.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
come on,
think I'm
put
shy.
it
He's
on,
fixing
put
to
it
be real
on, son.
shy.
Come on, Michael. You've been talking this big game about this podcast all week.
Oh my God.
Come on. All right.
Oh, now
Come
we're
on.
gonna sit in somebody's lab. Okay.
See, me and
what's
Austin,
going
we're
on?
real good at making friends here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we've made some really great friends with our friends. Oh, Michael here and Drake. See, Drake's being a good boy inside. He's still cleaning.
Cleaning up the lodge after the weekend.
Come on, we got to introduce everybody at the. These are if you're gonna hunt in Texas this year. These are 3 guys you're probably gonna be hunting with the most.
Great guy.
When I'm not here and I'm in Oklahoma, you'll have these two.
Yeah, you'll have these 2 right here, and they're the guys that are going to be out there actually setting your stuff up, all that good stuff. Because Aldyn is going to be in Southwest Oklahoma this year.
Just lay down to it.
Introduce yourself, Drake. Tell us how you started hunting.
Started hunting when I was like 7 years old, around the house, and been at it since. Every year, deer hunt, duck hunt.
Get in the camera so they can see you.
Just put that mic.
What else you want to know?
Yeah, I just want to know. So you said you started hunting about when you were 7 years old.
Yeah,
What made you get into that?
Man, my grandpa,
Grampy.
all of my whole family's hunted. Shot my first duck when I was 7.
Yeah.
Mallard Drake.
First duck was Mallard Drake.
Mallard Drake.
Got lucky with that one right there.
Got lucky. Then killed my first deer, 7 point, 7 years old.
7 point is huge.
Oh man,
Massive
He's
deer.
just on a roll.
Yeah,
Massive
Mallard and a 7 point.
Mallard and a 7 point his first year. Boy was on him.
Spoiled ass.
Let me tell you, that boy was on him, son.
a little 22 Hornet dropped it in his tracks. Yeah, and been at it ever since. Every year.
That's awesome. So what made you start guiding with old Aldyn?
And Michael McCallie over here.
Michael McCallie.
Yeah.
See, that's why this man right here is the head of
top
operations.
hand right here.
The head of operations here in Texas.
You hunt, might as well roll with us.
Yeah, might as well roll.
It's Doc Holiday right here.
Yeah. So here we got Doc Holiday. So how did you get into hunting, brother?
Man, it's been in my family a lot. My dad was a big military guy, came out military.
Yeah.
And my grandpa, growing up as a little kid, that was right-hand man pretty much.
Yeah.
I was the only grandson.
Yeah.
So me and him did a bunch of stuff, and man, he'd always take me duck hunting, deer hunting,
Yeah.
and he'd let me skip school.
Let you skip school, kind of go in,
We go on
hunting.
trips.
Yeah.
He got me real big into it, and then I had a best friend, Paxton. He took me on my very first duck hunt.
Really?
And we wore him out.
And then you were stuck.
And
You
it
were
was-
stuck like glue from there on out,
It's
right?
addictive.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Now
I'll
let me
sit
tell you right
there
now,
and complain
Michael.
about it too.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm freezing, or you're sweating.
Yeah, but then as soon as you're not doing it, you're like, man.
Yeah.
It is a drug.
Well, as soon as you're not doing it, as soon as you're not doing it, you're like, man, why am I not hunting?
It's
You know?
110 degrees, and you're just sitting there at work, just dreaming about ducks. It's
Yeah.
like, it's hot, but if I get out of work right now and I could go hunting ducks, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to sweat while I'm doing it, but I'd so do it. I'd rather do that than sit on a lake and fish.
Oh, 1,000%. Absolutely. So, what made you decide? I will say for Michael, I seen Michael go swimming, walk a couple miles.
Brand new pair of waders.
Brand new pair of waders.
He said,
filled 'em
screw
up.
it. I'm
Screw it.
walking
getting
through the
birds. Yeah, brand new pair of waders. Walked a couple miles. So I would say Prairie Creek Outfitters got two really good top hands here in Texas.
sure.
I know Aldyn's still trying to train them a little bit, but we're helping them out. We'll get them trained up. We'll let them get back to working there. But we just want to introduce it to you.
Hey, what do you want for Christmas?
Yeah, you said it's Santa's lap over here.
I want a lot.
Okay, I understand.
That was a funny segment there.
Yeah, that'll be a funny.
Appreciate you, boys.
I'll be.
Something we all can agree on is we love music. Doesn't matter what kind of music, but we all like to listen to it. Turtle Box is the most reliable, most durable, most waterproof speaker on the market today. They are amazing speakers. You can take them anywhere you want. You can take them to the beach. You can take them hunting. You can take them to your buddy's house. You can chill outside like we are and listen to Turtle Boxes. You can link two of them together like we did. They got all kinds of colors, different options you can choose from. A lot of cool things in the works as well. If you're looking for a new speaker, check them out, turtlebox.com. Check them out on Instagram at turtlebox.
I think you got some really good guys, man. They're funny guys. Obviously, we really
Hard
enjoy
workers
you.
too, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
They were a little camera shy, but I tell you right now, you come with them, you'll have a good time. There's some funny
Yeah.
dudes.
Yeah, they couldn't do it without him. Michael's been with me since the get-go. I had Hut Reeves, one of my best friends. He was
But he
He
done
was
fell in
good.
love with a woman.
He done fell in love with a woman.
Yeah, we heard
and-
that story.
He done fell in love
Yeah.
with a woman, and she don't want him to come hunt. Apparently,
Well, I don't know if that's the case. I mean, he says it's not, but I bet that's why. I mean,
You know,
got-
bro.
he-
He's like, baby,
Love him to
please,
death.
please, baby.
yeah, he was one of them guys that could make you laugh no matter what.
yeah.
He
Stories
did
I've
good.
heard.
He learned pretty quick. And Michael, he knew. I mean, it's all a learning curve for all of us when we started.
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about guiding. I mean, I knew a little bit. 'cause
You knew
I
about hunting,
I
but
knew
you-
about hunting. I knew how to kill. And
yeah. And find birds.
And find birds, yeah. I knew how to scout, knew how to kill, and that was about it.
Yeah.
And I started just picked up as I went, just kind of learned as we go and book hunts as we go. And matter of fact, like I say this year, I say, every year gets slower booking hunts. Well, honestly, my first year was the fastest. I filled my books up for the entire season, Friday through Sunday. By September, I was full.
That's crazy, bro.
First year.
But at that point, you were only running 3 days a week, so that's a lot different than being full now.
Yeah,
based off of social media or word of mouth?
Facebook.
Facebook.
That's your moneymaker right there.
Marketplace?
All the
the pages,
groups,
all the groups,
and we still. I run an ad once a week in those. Make a post. Try to. I was staying on top of it, doing 2 or 3 times a week, but now the season's here. I'm just kind of slowing off, and I'll start back up doing it in October. But
it's Mallard Bay. You've been booking a bunch through Mallard Bay.
Yeah, through Mallard Bay, I've been doing a lot. It's very helpful. It's one of the best tools a guy could do. If you have a guide service, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You get an account manager. They use it. You call them up if you need something rescheduled. If you don't know how to work technology, trust me. These two know after this weekend, I don't do technology. I can take.
But your account manager, it's part's for the guys, I guess. If your account, if
you can be involved as much as you want to. You can be all involved, or you can be kind of like me and just kind of do your books. I know there's some guides out there that they don't do anything. They just book. They book through Mallard Bay, and that's it. They've built their business up enough where they don't have to do it. That. But I like to call when a client calls me and wants information. I can sell the hunt, and then I turn around. I say, we can get you booked right here. And I can get on my phone, log in. I can just go in there, run their booking, get their deposit, and they're on the books. And my favorite thing really is when they get it. The scheduling is so quick, so easy, and I pull up to meet the guys. I don't have to sit there, do this, do that. Gather up cash, then count it, and then pay guides cash. I can pay them and show my taxes and all that.
Yeah.
And then my taxes on Stripe are already coming out, and it's just very.
And for a guide, I feel like it's a no-brainer.
It's definitely a no-brainer.
1,000%, dude. Like I was trying to tell Tyler, man.
We haven't done the paid ads yet. We're working on doing that. I just wanted, for the first 6 months of us being on Mallard Bay, I really wanted to see what it was like. But working on trying to do paid ads, and then go from there, and hopefully we get up there to the platinum package, and we can.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
The fact that you're growing as fast as you are,
you're doing
and you're doing it the right way. That's the thing is, I'm just gonna say, if you see me on Instagram, I've known Aldyn for a while. I've known Aldyn for a little bit, and just as somebody that's older, I've seen him grow so much just as a person.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty cool to see.
Done lots of stupid shit. I'll admit it. Done lots of stupid shit in the last 4 or 5 years.
You gotta be a man to admit that.
Yeah. We've done some stupid shit. Like, why the hell
who
did we
hasn't?
do that? Everybody
Who
has.
hasn't, bro?
You always learn as you go. 3 years ago, there's no possible way I would sit down here, put a pair of headphones on, and talk to y'all.
Yeah.
But there's just no way I would do it now. Like, I eat this stuff up really and honestly, and it's quite fun.
You're
really.
starting to settle in.
I'm starting to settle in now.
It's fun.
It ain't bad.
That's what we tell everybody, man. Like we've been doing this this is our
third year.
Third year.
Third year, yeah.
Yeah. And
first year on YouTube.
We've had tons of people that were nervous, and then at the end of it, it's just a genuine conversation.
It's simple.
That's what I told you before the podcast.
Yeah. Like now it's still in my head that Mallard Bay and all that. They post it and it's in front of thousands and thousands of people. I'm like, I wonder how I look.
Yeah, wait till this gets up on YouTube and 15,000 people watch it.
Now they're freaking me out. But
he was just getting settled in, Austin.
I had to do it. He was just
getting settled in.
Hey, just go ahead and do it. But
I tell you, this is our first waterfowl hunt of the year. This will be our first waterfowl video on YouTube.
You got the rust knocked off
of us, for sure.
I had a blast, bro.
Good. I'm glad y'all did. I wish the geese would have cooperated and done what they were supposed to. We still killed 14. Hey, shout out to the shooters.
14 out of 6.
Shout out to the shooters, guys. There was we had a pretty good number of clients. We had 7 clients?
Yeah, 7.
Well, we had roughly 10 people out total, and
with guides,
10, 12 guys, and I think
in layouts.
And then everybody was out, And right now, North Texas is in a drought. So our pond,
the water was down 100 yards to the water.
So you're sitting on a dirt bank, and we were just doing everything we could to hide.
Mm-hmm. The hide was immaculate.
It really was. It turned out way better than I thought it was.
Yeah. They had no idea.
They know. They didn't, and
his guides put in work that morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
it looked like we were laying in a field that was definitely a mud bank the day before.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah, the geese had no clue.
You'll see it in the
I can't
video.
imagine how many hours
next
y'all
week.
spent
It
putting that
took
thing together.
5 hours to get the blinds together.
Yeah.
Just to get
Of
them
course,
to
was
look
nothing.
right.
Just to get them to look normal out there.
Yeah. It made it look like a goatweed patch.
Yeah.
Dude, it
lay
looks-
flat.
Yeah,
It
goat
looks salty.
weeds. Yeah, North Texas
And
goat
this morning.
weeds, that's our best friend. Even in November, December, January, they're dried out and they're brown. They put those on the layout blinds. They can't see you. You're good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But no, shout out to the shooters. They
You're welcome.
6 guys, roughly. I don't know about that.
Bro.
Hey, look, if you watch
Tell
the
them
video,
about my shot,
if you
dog.
watch the video, which I'm sure all of you, if you're going to watch a podcast, definitely going to watch the video. Max, our cameraman, shout out Max, was directly behind me. And,
Yeah,
you see me call
Y'all were
the
up
shot,
going to the
pull the shot.
bathroom, everything like that.
There's 4 people pissing. I mean,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got caught with our pants down.
everybody got
Literally.
legitimately, it was bad timing.
Yeah.
And like we said earlier, they all came in at once, and
Shout out,
All
Max.
180
you
geese
see
come
me
in
pull
one
up,
time.
You see me pull up, I clap one, and then you immediately see me go, turn my gun over, gun jam. And you see Austin genuinely went 3 for 3 with his shot.
Pop, and then I saw one over my head and I went back.
So, gotta watch the rain out video for sure.
Yeah,
That's it.
14 geese out of one volley
Out of
like that
6
with only
shooters.
6 to 8 guys shooting.
There's 6 dudes shooting.
6?
Six dudes
Okay.
shooting.
Only 6 guys shooting. That's only 18 rounds going off one time.
And
You don't see
you
that.
really try to stay, you go with some outfitters, they might have you at 14, 15 people, especially.
I don't
when you
try
go
to get too
Oklahoma
big.
and West.
That's a lot of people
You
to
try
hide.
to
It's
stay-
a lot of
you try to
people
stay under.
hide. We usually run 6 to 10 paying guns plus 1 to, if we know, like if it's a group of 6, 1 guy can handle that. If it
Yeah.
gets over 8, usually 6 to 8, 1 guy can handle it. You get over 8
Yeah.
to 10, you're looking at 2 guys.
So if a group contacts you or books to Mallard Bay, 6 people. Those 6
Great.
people get to go hunt by themselves.
So in Texas, we run a 6 for a private gun minimum. Private hunt.
Yeah.
You don't have to have anybody besides the guys with you.
Besides your group.
Besides your
Yeah.
group, 6-person minimum, North Texas. We take any size group numbers. Oklahoma, we run an 8-gun minimum, but we don't run over 12 guys.
Why
Yeah.
is that? Why is that in Oklahoma that you do eight minimum?
The land fees are so more expensive.
They are.
It's so.
We've knocked
stupid.
doors in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
I mean, I could tell y'all a lot of the prices. We don't have to get into that.
No.
If anybody thinks that a guide, and that's just not just him, this is anybody in that entire area,
Yeah.
thinks that, in anywhere, most places I've been, if you think a guide's screwing you on your price, you genuinely have no idea how much money goes into their land.
And
No.
fees
land,
No.
their equipment,
and their equipment.
their
dude,
trucks. I mean,
you
I
gotta
bought a
spend-
new truck.
Truck, trailer.
Yeah, I
all
bought
that.
I've been wanting a 3/4 ton Ford my whole life, and I finally bought one.
You put 40,000 miles
I
on it.
put
in
40,000
months.
miles on it in 3 months.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
Now
You
I
said it
can't.
yesterday.
I've tried to see what the dealership would give for me just for shits and giggles, and they won't give me anywhere near what I owe on it.
So your
And I'm
depreciation,
like,
you lost.
so
If you
you're
think
losing
most
it.
guides are being pretty straightforward with you, their pricing. They're
Yeah, man.
making a.
Right.
They got to make a living too. But
Yeah.
if you really go into the guide fees, the land fees, the equipment costs,
Which
the gas costs,
by the time you
Alden's
pay
very
land,
reasonable.
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, I'm
For
very
sure.
reasonable
Yeah.
prices.
Reasonable based on the prices around and what you get out of it.
Oh, dude, what you get out of them is a premium. Honestly.
Yeah.
I've been with guides that charge double what you charge, and it has not been. They have not been as accommodating as what you've been. Not many things in duck hunting that are more important than your lanyard. On your lanyard, you got duck calls, finishers. I mean, anything that you could possibly need, you can put on your lanyard. And there's not a better name in the game than VPC lanyards. They can get you pretty much anything you need made out of paracord, whether it be your lanyard, your gun strap, or your belt. There's nothing else. They can do anything out of paracord. Reach out to Wes at VPC Lanyards. Let him know we sent you and check it out.
Like last night, we
Anywhere near.
don't usually do meals. It's just so much time and all that goes into. We don't have the time or the manpower to do lodging and meals. Last night, went and bought steaks for all
Do
the
lodging, and
clients.
if they request meals, you'll do meals.
If they request it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Didn't you say in Oklahoma y'all were going to do meals though? If you
Once
do
we
lodging?
own a
That's an
lodge.
extra package, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
once-
well, for North Texas.
North Texas, so it's not listed on there, but if you request a meal, and you're lodging with us. So you can lodge with us for $375 a person a day. That includes a morning hunt, your birds clean, and your lodging. Everything, that's just not meals included. If you ask for meals, we will do it. We'll do a dinner. We won't do lunch and dinner. We'll just do dinner.
Because you got a scout.
Yeah, we got a scout. So
You're still growing.
yeah, North Texas, like most people at West Texas, Oklahoma, you're only scouting morning, go in, come back out, scout again in the afternoon. It's not like that in North Texas. You're scouting, you can scout from 8 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night if you want to. And you're still going to find this pretty much the same thing. I say that. I mean, geese, no, but ducks, when it comes to ducks in North Texas, you can scout all day long. And it's
because the difference between here and even where you're hunting in Southwest Oklahoma is there's a pond on every field,
on every single
piece of property,
water.
and so that's kind of the difference. People think there's more birds in other places than there is, but really all it is that there's more water here. There's a pond on every 5 acres. There's a pond.
That's the thing. There's no water out West Texas, and Oklahoma the same way. There's not much water.
So we've talked a lot about your North Texas operation. Let's talk a little bit more about how the Oklahoma stuff is, what you're gonna be mainly hunting, what you're gonna be hunting over, all that good stuff.
So Southwest Oklahoma, we're probably going to do the cranes for the most part the first 6 weeks of season.
October.
Well, season starts October 21st, but we're not going to hunt them to November. November, the cranes just are not. It's hit or miss up there in October, early November for cranes. You're not hunting like your Lubbock, and you're in Lubbock, you're hunting 3,000 to 5,000, sometimes 10,000 cranes in a morning.
Yeah.
You see,
it's a different world out there, bro.
Southwest Oklahoma, we hunt 500 cranes, we can do good on them.
Yeah.
And out in Lubbock, you can't even make a hunt out of that.
Exactly.
You can, but you can't.
Yeah.
Another thing
That's a lot of birds to try to land, bro.
Right, yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that
it's cool to see, but actually getting them to come in,
yeah, when I got at cranes out there, I mean, we were hunting feeds of 3,000 to 5,000.
Yeah.
When I was there, and it was just, it's just a different ball game. Out there, and you're hunting lesser cranes there. And you're hunting in Southwest Oklahoma. You're hunting big cranes.
Adults.
You're hunting adult greater cranes, and those cranes are.
And they don't mess around.
No, they don't. Let me tell you something. You ever get up on a crane, it'll scare a grown man.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the dogs wear the goggles.
You gotta go at them with a baseball bat.
Baseball bats.
They will tear you up.
They will. Yes, sir.
That's why the dogs wear the goggles and all that.
But they taste so good. But they're freaking
amazing.
Their nails are. I mean, their claws
and their beak.
Long.
Their beak is. I mean, it's 6 inches long.
Deadly.
Like if a crane stood up when you ran out there to pick him up, you're looking at
about.
If he came up and hit you in the eyes, your eyes are gone. You might as well just you're getting them pecked out.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
It's something different up there. We're got a lot of wheat, got a lot of milo, a little bit of corn. We're working on getting some peanuts. That's where you kill the mallards at. Peanut fields. Yeah.
Didn't you say you had 1 or 2 of them?
I had one that we can possibly get. There's, and I think it's gonna be pretty good. It's right close to the roost. There's a lot of birds up there. Our main focus is going to be after about the first 6 weeks of season. Probably.
Which up there starts in what, October?
Well, we're going to start from November 1st to December 10th. We're going to work on cranes and ducks.
So if you're listening to this, go book a hunting.
When are you going to start trying to hit geese pretty hard?
Probably start trying to hit the geese toward the end of November all the way through. Ducks for sure in January.
And geese in Oklahoma go till what, the second week of February? First week of February?
First or second week.
Yeah, they go a little bit longer than ours.
First week.
Yeah. I think it's first week. They used to be the first, so it used to start when duck season started.
It probably ends like the 9th of February.
I think, it used to go through Valentine's weekend. So I think it starts and opens geese. Geese actually, I think, opens up the first weekend of November and runs all the way to. I want to say it runs all the way to the first weekend of February. Yeah. It used to be the second weekend.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, usually it used to do second weekend of November.
I think it kind of depends on what day that Sunday falls. Like if if the first day of the month's a Monday, then you have that whole week and another week. It's like the first,
Well, it used to be the same time as duck season, plus you got another 2 weeks of geese. But I mean, honestly, like
technically, what second weekend? I guess
I've got the outdoors.
The 9th. Yeah.
I was right. So if you're wanting to shoot lesser geese and you want to get a chance to get cranes and shoot ducks. I mean, they got field ducks, cranes. That's one thing about Southwest Oklahoma. You have a variety of everything.
Yeah.
Because you might hunt sheetwater and you might shoot 60 to 100 widgeon. That's no shit. You might shoot
maybe
100
more
widgeon.
than that.
I mean,
But
If you have enough people.
But literally at the same time, like, if you don't even want to go to Oklahoma,
Come North
Texas is salty.
oh, dude, we killed a crap ton of birds in North Texas last year.
And we're only an hour north of Dallas.
I'm not far
straight
from
north of
where
Dallas.
his land is, where all of our stuff that we hunt
Yeah.
is. It's not far from his stuff, and I know they kill birds. There's a bunch of birds up here. People don't realize how good it is.
Texas in general was salty last year, but especially north
North of 30.
northeast. Yeah.
North of 30 was
Yeah,
solid.
north of 30. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? We're here to talk about some great products we like to utilize during the hunting season. One of them, obviously, being the Tortuga bag from Hella Dry. It is absolutely waterproof. It is great for any type of circumstances you're hunting. It keeps all your stuff dry. It's got plenty of pockets. Got one here, deep pocket, and then it's got 2 pockets on the inside. Obviously, you got a pocket on the side for, in this case, holding your Pringles. And a koozie, put a drink in there, whatever you want. You got this side over here, it can hold a mojo, or it can hold your wingman, which is this here. The wingman is absolutely iconic. It's something that's much needed in the industry. It is great for any circumstances, whether you're hunting in a field, you're hunting in a slough, a pond, or in the timber. They like to say, find the perfect spot, not the perfect tree. So something that's really good, very much needed in the outdoor industry. I would definitely recommend that. One of my favorite things is the quick draw loop. Sometimes you don't want a big gunsling. You might be hunting a timber or whatever the case is. Sometimes you just don't want all that in your way. This thing right here is absolutely perfect for those circumstances. It is absolutely cool. It looks good, great design. It's got the branding on there. And it's something that's going to last you a while. It's got the braided cord with the coating over it. So if you're in the market for a new bag, if you're in the market for a new gunsling, or if you're in the market for something to keep all your stuff dry, check out Hella Dry. Check them out on Instagram or check out their website. Make sure you get some of this essential stuff for the season.
So in Oklahoma, you're mainly hunting wheat fields, little silage fields, stuff like that, kind of early season
barley,
stuff. Some barley, stuff like that. And in Oklahoma, it's pretty. It's kind of like when you go to a dry area, it's really kind of easy to pattern those birds as far as from their roost. You know where they're roosting at. You know what I mean? And so compared to here. Would you say it's a little easy? I know you've hunted up there a little bit. You hunted up there a good bit last year, trying to get it under your belt and all that stuff, trying to learn about it before you decided to start an outfitter up there.
Yeah.
Right.
You feel like you learned a lot?
Yeah, I did. The birds are very easy to pattern. They go to roost, they leave roost, they go feed, and they go loaf, and then they go
back to
feed. You find all 3 locations, you're on point.
And then you're good. You find them all, you get them all, you're good.
Yeah.
The same way with geese here. They leave the roost, they go out in the feed, then they go sit on a loaf all day, and then from there they go to roost. And then they go feed. Usually feed in the afternoon. Sorry, missed that part.
Well, a lot of people don't realize how much grain there is around pretty
North
much anything
Texas.
380 and north is grain.
This year especially.
This year
tons
corn
of corn,
and
milo.
freaking wheat and milo, dude.
The milo,
This
the
year
corn
might be really good.
It's crazy. I think it'll be really good with all the grain
salty.
If we can get some water.
There's some other guys here. They aren't outfitter. They've all props to them. They've got about 7,000 acres from what I hear. They own it. They've been doing it for about 5 or 6 years, but they built it up. But they actually planted peanuts this year. And it's actually right down the road from one of my...
Does that do good in the gumbo mud?
Man, there haven't been peanuts planted here in 20 years.
So peanuts used to be
This was
the
a big
main
deal.
crop
I know.
of North Texas.
Yeah.
1980 something was like the last year peanuts were planted, and they planted peanuts this year.
Yeah, so it'll be...
So they're trying to bring it back?
They're a duck hunting outfitter. Malacote Farms, they're great guys. I mean, I've talked to them a couple times.
And you have all the land around them. So
I've got land around them, yeah. They got a bunch of roost up there. Yeah, I think it'll benefit us, but I think a lot of birds, when it starts getting cold, I've seen some field ducks up here before.
It's the only place in Texas you're going to kill field ducks,
Yeah.
like consistently.
Consistently. I've seen them You got to go west here a little bit. Get straight north of DFW. You can get some field mallards.
Yeah.
I've seen them up here a couple times 2 years ago and last year. We froze up for a week and a half, and we just could never really get a hunt on them. There just wasn't enough of them, or we weren't able to get a hunt on them.
Yeah.
But I think if it gets cold like it did last year, like one day it dropped down like 6 degrees.
Well, and you have a lot more corn.
5 degrees.
You have a lot more cornfields this year compared to last year.
Yeah, I have a lot more corn this year. Picked it up off for dove hunting, obviously, but the dove hunting, just like I say, hasn't been the best this year. Even the sunflowers. And I think if it gets real cold like this shit, like it did last year, them guys are going to kill them in the field.
Oh, for sure.
I seen them last year. Come a big rain, and actually in November we had some mallards, widgeon, and pintail in a hayfield, just out there chilling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. There was probably 500 or 600 of them, but went by there the next day and they were gone. But
you'll have that.
Yeah, it will. And if we ever get some sheet water and some wheat, we can usually kill them pretty good.
Yeah.
There's little puddles out there. So,
so to kind of wrap it all up, we've heard your backstory. We've heard. I'd like to know your opinion on, as far as outfitters that might listen to this podcast. Mallard Bay's definitely done good for you. Would you recommend Mallard Bay?
If you own an outfitter, I don't recommend it for first-year outfitters.
No.
At all. But yes, I highly recommend trying to go
once you're getting all the gears, all your gears greased and everything's rolling, and
once you are actually been doing it a year or two, even your second, third year.
Yeah.
If you think you're about to start taking off, then do it, because you're really going to boost off. They run your website. If you need anything changed on your website,
they build your website.
They build you the website. So I've got a wild website built through Mallard Bay, and it's so simple for clients to go in there and book.
And they're nice.
It's Airbnb. It's Airbnb literally for duck hunting.
Yeah.
And
so simple.
No cleaning fees.
No what?
No cleaning fees. Airbnb screws you.
No, there's no cleaning fees.
You get Airbnb, it'd be like $75 an hour. You're like, oh, book.
Taxes and fees.
You hit it. It's like taxes, fees, cleaning fees, $250. You're like, for a one-bedroom shack? So, guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about Apex ammunition. I mean, dude, I saw it for the first time in action today, and I'm telling you right now, there's not a better ammunition in the game. This thing was clapping ducks and geese at 100 yards. And that's no exaggeration. This dude clapped one, I swear to God. It was halfway across the lake. Clapped it and folded it all the way down. And then shot one about 10 yards away, and at the end of the video, you'll see some evidence of what happened when you shoot them really close. So you just got to be a little careful with that. Did it nasty, son. But we were on the X, and that's kind of part of it. But, man, there's not a better shot in the game than this Apex ammunition, the TSS.
All of it.
All of it. I mean, honestly, the regular shots is amazing as well. You really can't go wrong with anything that Apex ammunition is selling. So just check them out.
Loads and all.
I mean, dude, everything. Turkey loads, goose, crane, anything you need it for. No cripples, nothing like that. So if you need anything, just check out Apex Ammunition on Instagram, or check them out at their website at apexammunition.com.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Airbnb. We don't have cleaning.
Inconvenient
Mallard Bay
fee.
ain't got that. Mallard Baylor ain't got that.
So yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, and I'm super excited to see your business
See your
prosper.
growth the next couple of years.
especially in your newfound territory up in Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. I know Jackson does. I know you do.
I'd love to live there.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know about living there because there is absolutely
Texas, baby.
nothing.
Oh, where
Hook 'em horns. Yeah. I'm not even a big Hook 'em horns fan, but
Hey, but hook 'em horns, screw Todd.
I'm not a football guy.
I know.
yeah, we know.
Alden's
Yeah.
not a football guy.
I was watching it last night with y'all, but it's like, oh, whatever. It's just football.
Alden only likes to hunt and bullshit with everybody.
That's about it.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Hunt
That's all.
So, just your opinion on the upcoming season? What's it looking like?
Right
as
now
far
it's
as a
looking
guy?
good. I mean, the teal numbers this year, I ain't seen this many teal around in a long time. I mean, even all the public guys are killing.
Smashing them.
Public guys are smashing. We're smashing. I think we're going to get a teal hunt in this week. This front's coming in. It's going to be 72 for the high on
That's rare
Thursday.
in Texas.
In September, I've never seen it that cold.
No.
It's like a 53 is the low or something.
No, it's not 53. I think it's like 59.
It's like 50 something. I don't
No,
know.
59, 58.
Mid-50s.
I've never seen it in the 50s in September.
Hey, 50.
This early September.
Yeah, early September. I've seen it in the
Don't
50s.
talk about it too much, guys. Let's just
It'll
be
go away.
thankful.
It'll
Thank
go
you,
away.
God.
Okay, it'll
Yeah,
go away.
thank you. Yeah, I'm so ready.
So,
I think it's going to be a great year for sure. It always is a great year for everybody.
So
but-
we've been talking about all your waterfowl stuff. I know you also offer turkey hunts and hog hunts as well. We don't have to go too much into that.
So our thermal hog hunts, they're getting bigger as North Texas grows. Tyler Lackey with Texas Fowl Outfitters, he's big help in that. He really got me into the thermal hog hunting, and I knew I've done it before and I had seen it, but like I never really got it.
Yeah,
it's a fun time.
It is fun. It is very fun. I mean, hogs are hit or miss. Summertime. This past summertime, we actually ran a couple hog hunts and did great. Those hogs, you got there in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, during we don't hunt them during duck season. We got everything else going, but March 1st to August 31st, you bet we'll be hunting hogs.
Yeah.
So we doing those. That's $350 per person per day.
And spring turkey.
And that includes your ammunition and your guns. You just show up and hunt. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And then spring turkey, we're going to run turkey hunts in Southwest Oklahoma. A lot of people don't know it, but Southwest Oklahoma, you're only allowed one bird a year for every person. And it's just, that's going to make it tough. But we're also working on trying to get some done in Northeast Texas, about an hour straight east of where we're at in North Texas. There's a lot of turkeys in that area. The Measterns are tough to kill, hard to make to gobble,
but they're huge.
But they're big, and they're beautiful birds, beautiful birds.
I might have to hit you up.
Yeah,
I'll buy you a trip. Somebody promised me a trip last year.
There was not any turkey.
I'm not mentioning no names.
Any turkey.
And it never happened. So I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's awesome. So you got turkey, you got hogs, you got geese, you got crane, you got ducks.
Yeah.
Pretty much only he don't hunt is deer, and I'm pretty sure he'll probably figure something out with that at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure something out. I don't deer hunt. I mean, I ain't got the patience to. I mean, I'll see. I'm antsy.
This boy's got some antsiness to him, son.
We really appreciate. We're about to hop off this podcast
And go on a goose hunt.
pick all this stuff up, and go smash some geese.
And we're definitely going to be, you're going to see some videos. We're going to be up in Oklahoma with them this year, hunting once at least.
Yeah, we're going.
Come.
For sure.
If we're allowed, we're there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you're allowed. I'll approve it. It's okay.
Just so you know, we don't have anything booked for November. So
Y'all really don't have anything.
December and January, there's going to be a lot of podcasts.
Our tour kicks off December, and it
does not stop till the end of February. I mean, we are booked.
Y'all got some stuff coming your way.
Y'all going snow goose hunting this year?
Yeah.
Arkansas or something?
We're going up further north than that.
Yeah.
Missouri?
It's all secret, dude.
Hey, bro, we
don't talk about it.
We'll tell you after the
Come on
podcast.
now.
All of the above.
All right.
Yeah. We'll be all
We'll
over
be
the place.
worldwide from December to February, boys.
So, we appreciate you having us out, first of all.
No, I appreciate y'all. I mean, it's going to be huge for us.
Yeah.
I had enjoyed every minute of it. It's been great.
It's
You've
been
done
a
a lot
great
better
time.
than you thought you did. You've
Yeah, I
done
did
a
a
lot
lot
better.
better.
Hey,
Hey,
bro,
bro,
I'm proud of you.
proud of you.
Been
I
great.
really am.
I appreciate
He just
it.
met you. We just met, just getting to know you.
Yeah,
Proud of
just
you.
now getting to know Austin. Like I said,
Yeah.
I've known Jackson for a couple of years now. I mean, it's a hard life knowing Jackson Kinsey.
Oh,
Tell me about it.
Oh, my
It
God.
is.
Tell me about it. I've known him since
Neither
he was
one of
like
these
8
son of a
years old.
bitches would know what to do without me. Don't let them start that
Hey,
shit.
if I say
Hey,
Jackson,
listen.
when you meet him one time, you ain't gonna not hear from him for 6 months and hear
That's
from him.
Matthew Wilcox. Don't shut.
No,
That's
so-
you too.
so
You're
what-
gonna say, well, you go
what I
call
tell
every day
people-
and make sure you're still there.
What
I
I
make
tell
sure you're all right. I check on people. I love people. I'm a people person.
So-
I call you to check on you, make
And
sure I love you.
You ain't
Do I
gonna
not
talk
say
about
love you? Do I not say love you every time I get on the
and you
phone?
ain't gonna talk about nothing other than duck hunting. Too.
That's
Let me
right.
tell you,
He
I
does.
talk your ear
What
off about duck hunting.
I
love
tell
hunting.
people about Jackson is he has a touch of the tism, but he's also probably one of the smartest people you're ever gonna meet.
I say bullshit. You don't know.
He just
I
reads.
do know.
You're not. You're not
He reads
intellectual
too
enough.
much.
You're not intellectual enough to even have a conversation with me. So
He
I
don't.
don't want to.
Hey,
Watch with the big words.
Hey,
But thank you
the
again.
engineer guy over here.
Thank you again for having us out. Thank you, Mallard Bay. If you haven't checked out Mallard Bay at this point, we're on tour. Quack Shack tour presented by
Be
Mallard
watching for the
Bay.
shirts too.
Yeah, but we got some merch we're coming out with. You know, it's gonna be pretty sick. So
It's gonna be like it's pretty cool.
yeah. Again to Max, appreciate you, dog.
Shout out Max. Hey Max, come get in the camera frame for just 1 minute. Come on, buddy. Oh Max, come on.
Max,
All right.
Max,
prime.
Max is hardcore. this trip wasn't as bad as some of the rest of them.
No.
Thank you again, dude.
No,
really,
appreciate y'all, for
I've
real.
heard a lot about you. I'm excited we finally got to get together and ready to go smack some geese again this afternoon. Tell them where they can find you on social media.
You can find us on social media at Facebook. It's Prairie Creek Outfitters. Capital P, capital C, capital O. Instagram is Prairie Creek Outfitters all together.
Yeah.
And then no, it's no underscores.
Okay.
It's all together. I got you on that one, didn't I?
Where can they book a
I
hunt?
tried tagging you earlier.
You can book a hunt through me. My number's on our Instagram. It's on our Facebook. I think it's on our website. Yeah, it is. I know it is.
Yeah.
Then you also go to huntprairieCreek.com and you can book a hunt through there. It's Hunt Prairie Creek all together. No caps. So.
Yeah, or if you just find yourself on Mallard Bay, just type in Prairie Creek Outfitters.
Yeah. If you're on Mallard Bay, if you get on their website and all that, you just look up Prairie Creek Outfitters. You can go to us and you can click whatever listing you want to do, and there you are.
And if you're in Dallas listening to this podcast, you'd be dumb not to come because it's an hour away. It's an hour away from home.
And it'll be salty.
There's some places that are literally 30 minutes out of DFW.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just farther south of Bonham, between Bonham and
McKinney.
McKinney. If you're, I get a lot of guys on McKinney because we're so close.
Yeah.
Hour north of Dallas, northeast technically, but we do hunt straight up north of Dallas sometimes. It's just a good drive over there.
Yeah.
And then other than that, we're ready to kill some birds this year and get
ready
it going.
to get after it.
Well, if you're listening to this, if they're listening to this next week or the week after?
The week after.
Week after this video, you'll just subscribe, hit the notification bell. We got a hunt video coming out.
And
it's gonna be awesome.
We got something special coming for the subscribers. Probably be about the same time this video comes out.
About the same time this video comes out, maybe. We're talking to our producer behind the camera over here. We got some nice stuff coming.
Nice stuff coming, boys.
But you have to be subscribed. So if you're listening to this, just subscribe.
Yeah, look. There's about 10,000 of you that listen to it but don't subscribe.
And if you're listening,
you're not getting shit.
And if you're just listening to this, there's a lot more. Go to YouTube. Listen, I'd love for you to watch the video.
Wait, hang on. There's people listening to this right now?
No, it's not live.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what? I think so.
If you're listening to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, wherever the hell you're listening to it, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. I'd prefer you to listen to, but if you can't listen, you're just driving down the road, just go over, subscribe. You'll be entering the giveaway. So the only way to get into this amazing, badass giveaway is to subscribe.
Yep.
So we appreciate you tuning into another episode of the Quack Shack Podcast Tour presented by Mallard Bay. Go check us out, Instagram, Facebook, at the Quack Shack Podcast. If you're listening to this, go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And if you don't drink all hands, you don't know us.
Take them!